Alright, here we are. So, I've been away a little bit, but I've been feeling like I've been wanting to do more streams again. I don't know, they're a nice little thing to... Yeah, they're kind of like not too hard, but they keep you busy a little. Well, not busy, but like... Yeah, I don't know, it's something to do. Anyway. Let's get to it. So we're back with Illusion Connect today again. It's a game I've been playing over the last few months. It has been out a while now, hasn't it? Anyway, it turns out that I'm not actually amazing at the game. Well, I don't know. Apparently, there's a lot of characters that become quite good once you upgrade them. That I wasn't, aware of them being good when you upgrade them because, well, I haven't been able to upgrade them. I've gotten characters up to level 80 now. Like some of them, well, most of them anyway. And, yeah, still haven't managed to get Maki. Maki. It turns out Anna's quite good. Britannia. I don't know, I've also started appreciating healers a little more than I have in the past. Anyway, today I want to try out Frontifa. She was the like a 7-day login character that just ran. So she seems to be kind of like a single target, like damage dealer. Who do I want to swap her out for? I will swap her out for. I can manage with that aim on for a little bit. No, that's Anne. I saw the summoner symbol and clicked on her. There we go. Frontifa. Alright, let's give her a go. And Diesel's got a thing where, when she dies T, she comes back in 3. Anyway. Oh, I need to equip her. I think a nice thing to add might be the ability to de-equip inactive partners, and then so I can just re-equip them, because it knows which ones are in my parties. So there's a button that allowed me to de-equip all of the ones that aren't active. That'd be pretty handy. It also, I don't know, promotes swapping out the characters a bit more, since a lot of the time I keep feeling like rather than, I don't know, I feel like what I like to do is put together a, I don't know, in Wargaming it's called like a take all comers list. So, put together a team that's kind of good against it, that's kind of got the tools to deal with a lot of different things, rather than being one that counters the status. Where I'm up to. But yeah, that's one of the things I quite liked about Arknight's contingency contracts. Yeah. Also, part of me feels like the game needs to go a bit slower. This, how do I put it? It feels like there's a lot of precision in this game, but it's also, what am I saying? There's a lot of precision in this game, but it's also very fast, and it makes it a bit imprecise. Well, when you need to be, like, because deploying a healer, or like just in time, can completely change the fight. Deploying a blocker before the enemy attacks, or things like, well, deploying someone like Fenabeth right before you expect a healer to go down. Because the way it seems to work is essentially it's a bit like Magic the Gathering. You have like a Well, it's like the opposite of Magic the Gathering, actually. In that you have a kind of stack, and whoever plays their character first has the character come on the field first. Because obviously the characters don't get deployed during, while other characters are taking actions. So that can sort of lead to a stack, which means that some enemies will just pop out. So, well, the thing is, you don't know what the enemy has on their stack. Which means they can just sort of pop out and surprise you. And they also, after having to replay a few levels a few times, I have realized that they do in fact. Some of the levels have slight variations on which enemies are deployed, so you can't just play it right through and predict, well, not predict, but learn which enemies are going to be deployed, or when a hill is going to come out, for example. So I think what do I want to do here? There's a few there. Firstly, it can be nice to have like a bit of a stack so I can see what the enemy's going to play. I want to wait for Miyuki to go down, and then I'll activate Fenerbeth to kill those two, and hopefully put a lethal on there. Yeah, there we go. Another horde of enemies. I don't really have a good. I think like Arknights you can sort of. I kind of wish the pause button didn't like have this big thing in the screen, because being able to just pause would be really useful in this game. So at the moment they've got a bunch of characters that just came down. I'm going to want to try and take out the front line of Yuffie as fast as possible. So let's put Karai here and hopefully protect my Miyuki. Oh, no, we got it with Fenerbeth. They're still protected from Hato. I think he's going to get killed here. Just wait a sec. Oh no, he's not down. Let's do Polly. No, that Hato's about to go off, so that's not worthwhile. Alright, let's try and clear him out a little. It's a bit of a trick that you do in Arknights is to click on the characters to slow down time. Now I can see this Hato's about to activate, Miyuki's about to activate, and Yuffie's just activated. So I'm going to wait a second for their abilities to go off. You know, I'm going to pop Polly here. Hato didn't quite get her ability off. Gosh, there's a lot of AoE characters in this one. There's spamming Hatos. Yeah, let's try and kill that top one. Okay, let's try and kill the other top one. Let's see if my Frontiva comes down before hers. No. So hers went off first. I was kind of hoping that Frontiva would come down before hers came off, but it's kind of hard to tell which abilities are about to happen. This is what I was talking about like the stack earlier on. Polly's a problem. Miyuki's about to use her ability, so I'll wait for that. Okay, who do I want to snipe? Let's clear the way for Frontiva. Yeah. I want to go for the Polly. And let's take out the Polly because healing is a bit. Okay, she's about to drop. Who do I have left? Karai is apparently still alive. Let's put Heresy back here so that this guy doesn't do his cross. He has a cross attack. So if I kill Rukia, yeah, he can only hit those two. It's fine by me because the leader is stupid tough, and Frontiva also does whatever the hell she wants. Alright. The slightly irritating thing is I'm not getting many of my leader abilities off or my specials, because Yuki's just sort of well, preventing me from being able to do that. So, yeah, Miyuki's one of those bosses that's just really difficult to deal with. Well, not exactly difficult, but takes a bit of doing. Also, I think I'd... okay, I'm gonna be real, I just sort of like ended up screwing around too much in this level, and I'm like on 20 seconds left. I think I got a bit carried away with talking about how the game, you know, how I like to play the game, and not like actually playing it properly. But Miyuki's also, I don't know, there's a handful of characters who are quite strong when they're the enemy boss. Like they're sort of disproportionately strong because their weakness in, you know, in a normal battle is that they might be relatively fragile, for example. But that's completely alleviated by the fact that they're so durable as a boss. Let's wait here for a second. Snipe you. I'm hoping Miyuki will kill them. Okay. Oh, looking good. I'm gonna wait for her to use her ability because... oh no, she's not using her ability. Okay, I'm gonna drop down... I'm gonna drop on Fenabeth in case some healing happens. These single target characters like this are fairly easy to deal with. But there's a list of them. Not Phoebe. I forgot her name now. Miyuki. Miyuki's hard to deal with because if she's a boss, you're basically never going to get your any of your leader abilities off. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, they really do nothing to my leader. Enforcers are pretty nasty because just being able to spam out that taunt character. So that's why in my when I was talking about my favorite characters, I thought that the enforcers they looked quite strong because I think they're one of the bosses I got stuck fighting for a while. Because yeah, I just wasn't able to put out damage to deal with them. And they get quite ridiculously tanky when all three of them have a boss, the boss buff, I suppose. Let's see if we can kill Riki here. No, okay. Okay, yeah, Hato's down here, so she's not going to deal a lot of damage to Yuffie, and her super's only going to hit everyone anyway. I suppose I am also overthinking it. This is also a, I don't know, I'm like 20,000 power ahead of all these enemies I'm fighting, and I'm just sort of overthinking it. I suppose I'm a bit excited, you know. It's fun to think about these in a bit of a, I don't know, let's call it a safer environment. That's unfortunate. What I'll do here. Oh well, that might have been a mistake. But now she's just gonna... yeah, because if it had been harder difficulty, Saya would have just gotten nuked, and she did end up getting just straight up nuked. And you know, Eris ended up getting nuked as well, but they didn't have another damage dealer to follow it up this time. And there we go. That should be that. Have nice super loose. It's been real hot down in Australia lately. There's I don't know, been a bit of heat waves being to 30-ish degrees Celsius. It's moving into summer too. It's gonna be real hot. I'm honestly kind of surprised. It doesn't. I don't know. With COVID and everything, it doesn't really feel like a end of the year. It's really weird. It's like, I don't know. It's like when you're in an anime and there's like a fake ending. It kind of feels like that. Like, you know, there's a fake ending, and if I like replay the last few months or something, I'll get like a proper end of year celebration or something. But I don't know, it's weird. That's what it feels like. Oh, did the game freeze? What happened? They disconnect? No. Okay. But yeah, we got some really hot nights over here. Because it is nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, like 1 AM. And let me just check what temperature it is here. But it was quite hot earlier on today. Uh, 17 degrees. So I don't know, it's not as bad as it is during the day, but it's still, I think combined with the over the day, stuff a lot of residual heat, everything's kind of humid, pleasant. We had a bit of hail earlier on, which was surprising. I don't know, I wasn't expecting any hail to turn up. I don't know, I was thinking it might bring a cool change, but it didn't particularly. Oh no, it's Maki. Maki's another character who's a bit tricky to deal with, but I don't know. She's still not as bad as like Yuki or the Enforcers, or I forget what his name is, Rose Thorn guy. Because there was a stage earlier on in this, what do you call it? This chapter, which had him as the final boss, as the main boss, and that was a tough one. Because he just constantly had his reflect shield up, and you had to deal like 200,000 damage to him. Also, for some reason, I always thought that Maki had like a deeper voice or something. It might have been because I was playing on my my tablet, but he sounds a lot more high pitched right now. Okay, I don't know what that was, but it worked. I'm still not quite sure how this rage stuff works. Sometimes my characters just do it twice in a row, and I have a hard time finding out. I don't know. It's not intuitive to me as to why it happens. Actually, it's probably like an item I have equipped. Oh, we got an unlock. I was trying to roll for, gosh, I just can't remember anyone's names tonight. Gosh, it's too late, 2 in the morning. 1 in the morning. It is too far in the morning is what I meant to say. The blue-haired one that shoots the giant laser. Because she was on the rate up. I think I went through like 30 rolls to try and get her, but I didn't manage to. She's not on it anymore. Also, I haven't gotten to try the Enforcers on Was it Dream Corridor? Arcana mode? One of those, whatever it's called. Okay, so Camille's the one I was talking about that I had a really tough time against being the boss, and Britannia was the one I was trying to pull. Yeah, I don't really have much of a problem with. I mean, a lot of these haven't turned up. I mean, Hotaru seems to turn up all the time. A lot of these also haven't seemed to turn up. I'm also wondering if. I mean, I can probably check online, but like, I have Edward and Hachishiki, and I suppose also Ming and Brooke are in standard pools, or if they were like event characters or not, because. I don't know. They do that thing where like they make characters seem like you can only get them through events, and then they just sort of have them come out anyway. So I'm a little bit leery with the events in this game, since I don't want to. I don't know. How do I put it? I might do a separate video on it sometime about which of these phone games I like and I actually spend money on. I don't know. I think the one I've spent most on is probably Azur Lane. Like, it's... I don't know, it's not the most intense game. It's very non-intense, but... It's... What is good about it? It's that I think the thing about it is that it has a lot of, like, character story support. Like, not just giving your characters backstories, but, in the fact that, I don't know, you get to see the little interactions between characters. They turn up a lot in the individual missions. In events, you'll see the characters turn up, and I don't know, they just sort of seem to have a lot of personality to them, and enough for you to sort of, I don't know, have a bit of, I don't know, like the character, I guess? Yeah. The character has enough to be likable, which I think this game hasn't gotten to yet since... I'm not... I don't know, the story in this game is a little meandering, I think. I don't know, the most interesting character in this game is definitely Saya. Probably because they focus most of the story around her and her, the events of her story, and then... I don't know, because I've been playing through this chapter, which is supposed to be the one where we get stuff about Miyuki and Phoebe, and so on, but I don't know, they haven't really done much with the characters. Like, the characters have just sort of been there, and they occasionally pop up when the story happens, and not... How do I put it? They're doing things, but they're not like... I don't know, I suppose I'm not finding out about them. That might be it. Either that or they're not doing the things that I want to see them do. Because you've got like all these cool characters in this story. In this game. And I don't know, I could totally imagine seeing like an action animation or something with them in it. But they don't sort of like evoke it in the same way that other titles have. Like, I don't know, for example, if you take Arknights, that's a pretty good example of like in terms of showing the characters being cool. You've got Shen, you've got Blaze. They're both like, super great to watch, and they just sort of turn up and beat the crap out of everything. The Emperor and his whole gang. And plus they had a lot of good characterization in the Code of Brawl event. So yeah, that's it. I don't know. There's just
あら、力を使いすぎたわ。痛くなかった？
oh, I'm just gonna pause for a second. Oh well. Well, it's nearly 1 o'clock. I can't remember what I was talking about anymore. I don't know, might just be a good place to end the stream and go to bed. I'm hoping to do one of these a bit more regularly than I have been. I don't know, sort of go around with story writing and stuff. But yeah, I think I'd like to see like more stories with the characters doing their thing. I don't know. I always find straight up hero characters a bit difficult to write for. I mean, they usually do a lot. Every character, like in writing, just in general, every character does better with other characters.
知らない人に近づくのは
Well,
You can do it with strangers, you can do it in front of your closest friend.
I suppose. I don't know. My roommates just came out to watch me finish this up. Like, talk about the characterization in this game, and how I'd like there to be more of it. I don't know. That's really the thing I like about games like Arknights and Azur Lane. But I think that's the kind of thing that should get its own video, and I'll just wrap this one up here before I get eaten by hungry roommate. Okay. Well, good night to everyone then.